Well, hello and welcome to my yard. How about I give you a tour of all the tasty things growing here at my home? I have apples, pears, peaches, plums. These are figs. It'll be a little while before these are ripe. And you can also eat the leaves, and they are very good for you. In fact, they are a natural treatment for diabetes because they reduce the body's need for insulin. They're just good for lots of things, and they taste good too. My neighbors grow raspberries that they let me pick. I'm going to have lots of blueberries. They'll be ripe in about another month. My neighbors grow a blueberry variety that ripens earlier and the berries are larger. I have blackberries, and of course they grow wild, which is why they're in this overgrown thicket. My neighbors grow a cultivated variety of blackberries, which are larger and sweeter. Here in my neighbor's yard we have grapes. I also have some grapevines, but these look better because they're more mature and better developed. When onions bloom, they look like terrifying alien monsters. I have some sage here, and it's not looking so good because I really need to repot it. Now this is much better. You might see it still has some unhealthy looking leaves, but that should get better over time. And there's a mantis sitting here on top. And that's a very good sign, as they prey on insects that can harm the plant. They eat a lot. They won't bother the plant. They are the only predator fast enough to catch mosquitoes and flies. So if you find them on your plants, consider yourself lucky. This is oregano. Usually the leaves are larger, but this is a hybrid variety that came about when a couple of different varieties from last year got together and made something new. Usually oregano leaves look more like this. This is baby cilantro. Got a few baby parsley sprouts. I've only got one or two sprouts of epazote, which is an herb that's used a lot in Mexican cooking. It's just not germinating very well. This is baby thyme sprouts, and these are basil sprouts. This is my compost pile, and I have some sort of squash plant growing here that I need to take out and put in full sun somewhere. There's no telling what it is. It just grew from some seeds I put in there some time ago. Dandelion. They are very good for you. They can extract minerals from the earth that many other plants cannot, so they are very rich in nutrients. All the parts are edible: flowers, leaves, roots. The flowers can be made into jelly or wine or anything. The roots can be roasted and ground and used as a caffeine-free coffee substitute. Taraxacum officinale is the true dandelion. There are many false dandelion species. That's what I have here. This is called cat's ear dandelion because the leaves are rounded and fuzzy, where true dandelion has pointy leaves like a lion's tooth, which is where the name dandelion comes from. But they are all related, so if it looks similar to a dandelion, it's safe to eat. This is wild lettuce, and here's a larger wild lettuce. And these will get really huge if left undisturbed. I'm talking about 12 feet tall, literally. You can eat it in salad, but it does taste bitter, so I recommend mixing it with some more palatable greens. When you pull a leaf off, it makes this yellowy, milky, sappy stuff. Allegedly, you can use the milky sap to make a resin which has psychoactive or sedative properties. That's what I've read, anyway. This is something that grows wild everywhere. It's called plantain, not to be confused with the tropical fruit that looks like a large banana. This is the narrow leaf variety. There's also a wide leaf variety. This is very good for drawing out impurities. If you get bitten or stung by something while you're outside, you can pull off a leaf and chew it up and slap it on the bite or sting, and it will draw out the toxins. And you can also eat it to help detox. And the flowers at the top produce a seed that is also called psyllium, which is what Metamucil is made out of. But I hear you need a lot of it to actually do any good. Here's some that has seeds already. This is the wide leaf variety, and here's one of the flowers. You see it's got a different shape. This is poison hemlock. Don't eat it. It can result in temporary to permanent nerve damage, respiratory failure, coma, and death. This is what the flowers look like. This is what the seeds look like before they dry up. And this is what the leaves look like. It grows in many places. If you find it, get rid of it. The roots are very shallow, so it's easy just to grab it and pull. There's the root. It smells a lot like parsnips, if you're familiar with parsnips. But be aware that if you pull it up and the seeds have already dried, then they're probably going to fly everywhere and turn into new plants. It happens from time to time that people eat this accidentally, thinking that it's wild carrot, but it actually looks pretty different. This is wild carrot, also known as Queen Anne's lace. Sometimes it has this little red flower in the middle, but not always. Notice how it has these little needly leaves that look like carrot leaves. You can eat the root just like you would a carrot. It's sort of a pale off-white color and it smells like carrots. But by the time the plant has grown this large and has flowered, the root is going to be kind of tough and it's not going to be very good. So you'd have to be able to identify it before it gets to this level of maturity. And this is what it looks like after the flower has gone to seed. For centuries, the seeds have been used by women as a contraceptive and abortifacient. I just found something exciting. This is on the site where I had last year's garden. And I just noticed this little plant. This is a watermelon. I grew watermelon last year and a seed that was left behind made this one. It's not very healthy. You can see it's got yellow spots on it. It's probably lacking in nutrients, but I'm going to see if I can save it. Now, I'm not growing any vegetables this time around, but my parents are, and they will be sharing their bounty with me, so I'll show you what they're growing. And one of my cats won't stop yelling while I'm trying to record this. This is Tiggy, and she yells a lot. This will be cucumber. See the little baby cucumber behind the blossom? Jalapenos, sweet banana peppers, tomatoes. This row is eggplant. The blossoms will typically open early in the morning, so when it's all sunny, they close up. Zucchini. Yellow squash. This will be okra. All this will be cantaloupe.